Hey-ho, cats and kitties, it's Sunday night, it's raining outside, maybe dim and gloom weather-wise, but we've gathered nevertheless. It's Audio Who. And tonight we've gathered to talk turkey over a little Tom Baker ditty that is in his current run of Season 5 of his Fourth Doctor's Adventures for Big Finish Productions, entitled The Trouble With Drax. Yes, that lovable rogue from the Armageddon factor is back, and he's still as dodgy and Arthur Daly-esque as ever. You want to find out what me and the rest of these gathered assembled people thought of that little tale, but before we get to that, it's your panel for this evening, folks. Joining us for the NYC, Mr. Will Medina in the building. How you doing, Will?
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Good to have you, man. All the way over there on the west coast, it's Sue for California. Susie, rocking that fourth scarf there.
Thank you very much.
And she's waving. Nice. All the way from Corpus Christi, he has a beard that must be feared, and he's rocking the white again. 2 for 2. It's Texas Tim Will. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good to have you, man. Joining us all the way from down under, maybe a little after 6 a.m, but he's here primed and ready to shout Skippy. It's the thunder from down under. It's AJ. How you doing, man?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good to have you. And down here in the corner, looking baffled and bemused, still trying to figure out this audio over a week after they listened to it, it's Mr. Philip Archer. Phil, how goes it?
Good evening from London here.
Good to have you, mate. Well done. Good to see you. So yeah, guys, The Trouble With Drax. What a fun, well-executed wee caper, in my opinion. And what a hell of a cast list. It really, really was. So where do we begin with this? All right. Opening thoughts. Let's go with AJ. The Trouble With Drax. Tom Baker, Lila Ward, and John Leeson.
I thought it was a brilliant story. I can't really remember the Armageddon factor. I'm going to have to go back and watch that entire series. But the story wasn't that complex. It was well structured. They explained it towards the end. And it was just brilliant to see all these different versions of the same Time Lord come together to have the ultimate scam to, put back something they took, spoiler alert. And this is the only other Time Lord except for Brax who also interacts with his previous and future selves as well. So, yeah, it was cool.
All right, mate, champion. Sue, how was this one for you?
I found the Time Lord Drax to be really cool. I do remember Armageddon Factor, and I love the bits where he's trying to befriend K9, and he's in the cave, and that's pretty fun. And he's just a really funny, multi-dimensional Time Lord. I mean, he's got with all these regenerations of his going all these different directions with all these different names. I mean, it was always like a big aha moment when you discover that the police and the two competing businessmen are all the same Time Lord. It's just like, wow, you've got such a surprise moment. Wow, really? Fun. It was fun. And there's the gender shift that happened with the Master turned Missy. Drax turned into a female time lady.
Thank you, Snitch.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, so that was fun, and it was Romana and Forzy and K9, and they were great too, and they had to sort out what the heck had happened and why they were being manipulated like this. So that was fun too. Anyway, that's what I thought initially.
All right, and guys, don't get it, isn't it, twist. This is a review video, so there will be spoilers in this thing. If you don't like it, shut the video the hell off. Thank you.
Oh my, where do I start with this? Okay, I will admit that I found it confusing because all the different variations of Drax doing left, right, and centre. I know that you lot have explained it to me. I still can't get it right in my head. Well, as far as I understand it, it's a heist involving all the regenerations of Drax as there is. And Yes, I understand that to a certain level, but I still can't get my head around it. I will say the story itself, although it's confusing, it was entertaining to listen to. I did like the fact that you know, we got Drax in various guises and various aliases, and you know, who's the main Drax actor? What's his name? The main one that plays the main Drax in the story.
Ray. Oh crap.
Ray Brooks.
Ray Brooks. Yeah.
I do like his version of Drax. I mean, it does very much remind me of Barry Jackson's original. Is it Barry Jackson or
Barry Jackson? Yeah.
Barry Jackson's original Drax. Very close to that. Okay, although it's out of bag now, there is a female Drax, and why don't we leave that alone, for goodness sake, but never mind, it's done. Overall, it's an okay story, but I will have to give it many more listens again to get my head around it.
Okay, Phil, you keep tallying that up, mate. How about you, this one, mate?
Well, it is another John Dorney story, and he hits it out of the park again. This is a really clever caper, as you called it, and I think that's the main point to remember. It's full of surprises, like Sue pointed out too, because you think you know where they're going, then they pop another Drax at you, and you go, so you have to rethink everything. I mean, it's no secret. This is one of my favorite Tardis crews, but they pretty much take a back seat to Drax in this whole thing. I mean, it's all about Drax. By the end of it, all of his incarnations are together. I think don't they imply that they're all in the TARDIS?
I think only 1 and 2 are missing, which would be Barry Jackson and whoever or whatever number.
Oh yeah. But it's just very clever how every time you think you've got the story figured out, then they throw another Drax in there, like the Scottish lady that pops in at the end and comes to find out that she's a Drax as well, and she's been supposedly hunting for them the whole time. It's a very good story. It's very funny. If anything, I would say that it's one of those ones that you listen to it a couple of times because you're immediately you want to go back and listen to it again to say, oh man, I didn't see that coming. But then once you know the trick, it makes it a little less compelling.
Yeah,
it's a great story though.
Yeah, you mentioned the L mentioned Scottish lady, played by, of course, Miranda Raisin, who is Colin Baker's current companion, obviously.
Brilliant.
Constance Clark, that is one of the best impersonations of a Scottish accent I have heard in a long time, I've got to admit. Well, how about you?
Oh, it was funny though when you in the beginning of the story and when the Tardis was pulled to where Drax was at, you noticed something was weird because the way he talked about the first uptight Romana and didn't notice this one was just that the second Romana noticed that even though we regenerate, we still could tell who we are. So now, that gave it away. And then the security guard from Drax's boss talking down on Romana, was also gave it away a little bit.
Rosita, yeah. Yeah,
but you didn't notice it until she figured it out. It's a funny story. It's a really funny story. But the weird thing is that this dummy used the Fourth Doctor just to get his way, and doesn't realize that the repercussion that's going to come out of it, because the Fourth Doctor or Romana in some way is going to contact the Time Lords and report him.
That's a good point. I was going to bring that up in a discussion bit.
We can get to that later on in the cast, but this seems to be a very nice loop by the end of the story. But if you guys think there's a way around it, we can get to that. Anything else, Will? No.
Yeah. The funny thing is they all went to a planet called Altrazar that a lot of secrets are kept there. And the way it sounded off in the beginning when the Fourth Doctor landed there, I actually thought, to later on find out it wasn't. I actually thought was that lost, not Shadow, from Neverland, that the ape at the end of where all those people who doesn't exist end up at.
Oh, the Never.
I thought it was there. I said, no, it can't be. So look, it wasn't, and it's a good thing it wasn't. But the funny thing is that place does have a lot of secrets that, if you notice, the Fourth Doctor was looking through the place. He noticed a lot of things. So that that's a lot of other secrets there. Even though it turned out that what he went there for wasn't somebody's identity like that, which was we all figured out that it was all fake. It was actually the weapon that Drax was using to have his other incarnations around.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is now that the Fourth Doctor is aware and seen all of Drax's incarnations, so whenever he runs into one of them, he's gonna be aware that he's trying to get manipulated by Drax and one of his other schemes.
Yeah. Fair enough, mate. For me, as we've mentioned, excellent caper. I love the music in this, the soundtrack, and in between, at the beginning and at the very end, like dum 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 dum. I just absolutely great sound score on this, man. You know, it's like an old 70s, like something like the Sweeney or one of the types of shows. Ray Brooks' incarnation of Drax, as I mentioned in the opening portion of the video, it kind of reminded me of George Cogg's Arthur Daly out of Minder. Just the whole swindler and the old boy Trotter-esque. We're here to make a quick buck. Let's keep going. Albeit they're all like that, but Ray Brooks' version was the one that stood at the best. I've mentioned Miranda Raisin was great, and her version. John Chalice. How can you not mention Boise? He's just, you know.
Which generation was he? One of them.
He was Rossiter.
He was, okay, that one, yeah.
He was Rossiter. Great characterization.
John Chalice?
Yeah.
And he was also the 9th Drax.
Yeah. Rossiter/9. Yeah.
And John Leeson did the 5th.
Oh. I thought John Leeson was...
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you know, John Leeson was also K9, but he also did the 5th Drax.
Yeah, and we also had Hugh Fraser for Poirot.
Yeah, I know Hugh. Yes,
Captain Hastings himself doing... was it Kirkland? Who was the guy that...
Hugh Fraser was also the 12th Drax.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
we know they're all Drax. You don't have to put a number to them, but we're going by the character aliases they were given.
Well, that's how the Doctor figured you're the 3rd, you're the 5th, the 8th.
But no, that's what stood out for me was the caliber of the cast they had in this thing. Absolutely great, and they even had John Leeson playing double duty. So kudos to John Donnelly for another.
Was there also a cameo by Beneath Summerfield, actress?
Oh, you thought you had Lisa Barman at the marketplace?
Yeah, that felt like her.
I thought it was her, but it's uncredited, so we'll never know. Probably was, but you know. Yeah, the wee marketeer that get choked by the Valerian. Yeah, yeah. So there you go, guys. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this. Right,
this sound like about if it was her, it is uncredited. Because I looked it up. I didn't see her name.
All right.
I thought. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Why don't you go, say what is it?
I thought it was really cute how they the Drax the first Drax thought that Lala Ward was playing Princess Astra, so that was fun.
Yeah,
that was like a great throwback too, and it was like an Easter egg. So yeah.
Yeah, great wee throwback. You've got the whole Ice Maiden reference, and also the explanation as to how he was able to recall the TARDIS by fitting in the scene in the Armageddon Factor when he was actually in the TARDIS for a couple of minutes. Yeah. So there you go. John Donnelly's tied it up in a nice wee bow, and it makes sense again to fit into that to that particular season it's supposed to fit into. Right, guys, any events, characters, or instances within the story, apart from Drax, that'll be hard, that stood out for you? Philip?
What stood out for me? I don't know.
Well, let me rephrase the question. What was the easiest for you to understand?
Oh, no, it was easy. I mean, now that we're talking about it, it does kind of make sense. It's just the fact that it was just too much to take in, or, you know, to try and talk, like, rope it all together with all the Draxes being everywhere and here, there, and everywhere. I think what stood out for me was probably the beginning of it when he's trying to escape from the bloke that he stole whatever he stole from the casino thing.
Oh, the gambling stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, gambling stuff, and then the policewoman turns up and obviously saves his bacon by allowing him to escape in his TARDIS. But then you realise at the end of the show, at the end of the scene, you know who she is at the end of it. I thought that's quite a nice little.
Okay. Okay, mate. AJ, how about you?
Yeah, for me, I like the idea that Tom Baker was the one who had to put the recall control back into the safe, so the previous version of Tom Baker can use it to recall his own TARDIS.
Yeah.
A little tidy way of putting it back together so the story could continue.
Okay. Anything else, mate?
No, that was about it.
Okay, mate. Well.
Oh, I liked it. The part when Romana and K9 realized there was the two engines was there. One was for no weapons can be used there on the ship, and the other one she realized was for the Drax could mix in with his other selves. That's how she realized the whole scheme, and so quickly that stood up. I mean, I tell you, even though she's an ice queen, so to speak, she is a smart lady. That's why later on she becomes.
Yeah, but she's not that smart. She got done over twice.
I mean, she is smart because later on she becomes president of Gallifrey. So
yeah, well that's by the by. But in this particular story, she got hoodwinked twice by the same thing.
If you want to be technical, they both get down there twice, maybe even 3 times by the end of the story.
Yeah.
But Tom Baker worked at the last one.
He worked at the last one, but it was too late. That's how he's sitting there laughing at that. Next time, buddy.
that's the funny part, because when Drax shows up again, he is going to recognize all of the faces.
Unless the coppers were well disguised when the one they mentioned by name. Sue, anything for you?
Well, K9 wasn't really present much, but I thought he was kind of adorable while he was on, and as usual. And I love Romana, President Romana 1, who, in my opinion, is the noblest of all, and Romana 2 and Romana 3. But Romana 2 did a really great job, and she's really brilliant, as Phil said. Okay.
The thing you always got to know about Lara Ward, sometimes you don't know whether she's acting or whether she's just pissed off to be there. She's that damn good. Really, I'm serious. Sometimes you don't know, and I'm going, man, she's good. It's as if she just can't be bothered with everybody around about her. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah, especially the president, Romana, is like
oh, yeah, that Colin Baker set we done a while back. Oh, man, yeah. Was it Doctor Who, that 4th story?
Mm-hmm.
And she just can't.
Oh, what now?
All right, Tim, how about you?
I like the fact that the bar is the Rutan's tentacle.
Oh yeah, great read.
But yeah, I like the ending too, because like was just mentioned, they both get hoodwinked again, and she's really upset and pissed about it. But he kind of takes it in stride and says, "Well, that's Drax, so that's what he does." Yeah. And I was thinking today, isn't that pretty much what the same thing the Doctor does himself in Day of the Doctor? All of his selves throughout his lifetime get together and do the same thing. I mean, because something they've been thinking about forever is what the current Doctor at the time says. And so then all 13 carry out the plan. So you think about it, every Doctor so far has been thinking about this plan, and they finally just pull it off then, right? Is that not the same kind of thing? It's not a caper, but it's the same thing that Drax does, isn't it?
Well, also the 12th Doctor did it in Time Heist. When he stole all those stuff
with the bank.
With the bank, yeah.
Yeah, but this all comes back to the point of the Time Lords saying that you can't interfere with your past selves and stuff.
The Doctor never cares what the Time Lords think.
Yeah,
that's another.
In every time that we meet that the Doctors have crossed his or met his other self, that's through Time Lord jiggery pokery, really, when you think about it. So with Drax doing what he's doing, surely that's a crime in itself, and the Time Lord should be aware of it.
But see, this is the thing. We're going to get to that in the next section of the cast. So I'll just briefly say, again, I can only harp on how excellent the casting for this thing was, and some of the dialogue, especially between Ray Brooks and Lara Ward, was absolutely funny as hell. As I say, she just, at times you don't know whether she was really acting great or she just didn't want to be there. She was so good in the role. So kudos to everybody involved. Now, open mic portion of the podcast, just to touch on Philip's point. Philip, could you repeat what your initial point was?
You know what? I thought I'd get out of the way. Okay, what I'm saying is, We know that when the Doctors met these other selves, it's through the intervention of Time Lord Jiggy Pokeri. Yeah,
Not always.
not always, but that's the majority of how we see multiple Doctor stories. But whereas you've got Drax here, willy-nilly bringing together all these 12 cells to do this high. Surely the Time Lords who are at that time around should have been quite aware of what he's doing.
All right, now the difference for that scenario is technically, as far as the Time Lords are concerned, nothing's happened because the thing's been put back in the vault seconds after it's been taken out.
It's a loop, a continuous loop.
Yeah,
They closed it. Yeah.
it's what we said earlier, Phil. It's a bootstrap paradox. All right, he's done all that throughout his lifetime, but the Time Lords are monitoring shit and nothing's missing. Okay,
they're not.
You muted yourself.
You put yourself in mute.
Oh, for the love of God.
A big thing with the Day of the Doctor, like you were saying, was that the Day of the Doctor, they had no the Time Lords couldn't be there was a bigger intervention than what was going on. The Time Lords needed the Doctor to hide Gallifrey.
Yeah, but that thing that was the moment that was doing all that.
Hang on. We're slightly getting off topic here. We're not talking Day of the Doctor, although I can see the similarity.
No, my point was that it's just the Doctor does the same thing that Drax does, but for less nefarious purposes. The thing is, I was just pointing out how Romana is really upset when the story ends because she's been hoodwinked the whole story, like Phil pointed out. And she's like, she can't wait to, we're just going to take care of him, aren't we? The Doctor just like laughs it off. Like, no, that's just Drax. Come on, don't worry about it. And no, they're not going to go tell the Time Lords anything because they can't be bothered with a Time Lord. Besides, the Time Lords at this point want Romana back as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And she doesn't want to go back home. So
yeah, that's right. She was only meant to be there for the...
There is another point as well, though, that's been brought up. The fact that Time Lords can recognise each other even after regeneration. Now, why is that not addressed properly in Doctor Who as we see it these days? Because...
Well, the only one that got away with being disguised was Missy, but she was using the technology to disguise herself.
Yeah. And the Nether Sphere.
She was in the Nether Sphere that was using that technology from... Remember, it's from... Time Lord technology. She was using that Time Lord technology to disguise herself because when she introduced herself, she made it look like she was the AI. And then later on, you find out who she is.
But, okay.
That's right. It was the...
You hate it, that makes sense, right?
She's the only one that done that. I mean, we noticed there haven't been in the new series. You haven't seen another Time Lord appear. You haven't.
There was the time when the Master, before he was regenerated, when he was human, but that was because his physiology was changed.
I mean, he used the clock, to change himself by that time.
That's what I mean.
So
it's the same. It's essentially the Master twice. It's not another one, but
And Harold Saxon never actually met the Doctor face to face yet.
Wait, hang on. Whoa, what?
Harold Saxon.
When the Doctor didn't recognize Harold Saxon as the Master, he hadn't met him face to face.
No, but I've seen his face on the video screen at the start of that's another thing. Jesus, man, we're going to have topic here. Right.
Point again.
Yeah. All right, anything else, guys?
We blame Drax for using that technology.
We are getting off topic, but that's the way this story is carried out, though. It brings up all those points. Do Time Lords recognize each other when they see each other, or why do they not in this particular case? They had to make up a reason why, and so that's why this happened. Plus the whole bootstrap thing. I mean, a lot of people can't get their head around that. You have to kind of figure out why and explain why the Time Lords didn't notice it, because it's a time loop, basically. So, yeah.
Okay. It's a time loop where, as far as the Time Lord's concerned, no time's passed.
Yeah, nothing happened.
But for Drax, 10 incarnations have passed. Go figure. There you go, dearies. One nice big bootstrap of a time loop for you in this audio, and it's a nice wee caper, as we've mentioned. So if you have 55 minutes to an hour,
AJ got something to say.
Go give it a listen. AJ, what do you want to add?
I was going to say, instead of having it for his incarnations and then taking it back just after he's already taken it, why not just reverse engineer it, make one himself, and then put it back after he's done so he can just have it forever.
You know, he ain't that smart
You know
enough.
what?
He don't know how to do it.
You know what? I've got one answer to that for you. Ask John Dorney.
I'm just saying that was a possible plot they could have used.
How many Tardises did Drax have in the story? He had 2.
You had the police car and you had his own one on with Ray Brooks' incarnation. 2.
No, but it would only be the one though, because
It's the same Tardis, it's disguised differently.
Yeah, there you go. I'm forgetting his chameleon circuit's working. Shit.
Yeah.
So there we go.
It also shows, though. I'm sorry, but it shows how the Doctor's really a good guy, because he could do the same thing if he wanted to. If you're a clever Time Lord, you could set up plots like this all the time with your future or past selves, and the Doctor really can't be bothered with that.
Yeah.
If the Master ever decided to do that, then where would we be? You know what I mean? That would be something to think about.
We'd have Michelle Gomez sitting in the room having a cup of coffee with Hello You. But anyway, that's the story.
Oh no.
No, but the thing about Drax is just in a nutshell, he's not technically an evil mastermind, a manipulator. He's just a guy out for a quick buck.
He's a douche. Mm.
He's merely a cosmic clown who has money in the brain. That's basically all Drax is, you know. So he's harmless in that regard.
But it is good that they brought that character back into the realm of Doctor Who. So that's a good move.
Leaves it open as well for a return. They'll need to explain that one, you know. As Will says, I'm not unless he reaches another incarnation, the Doctor is no saw the incarnations, but hell.
It also gives them several choices of who they want to use when they bring him back.
Yeah, you've got at least 4 main ones there, you know, so.
AJ?
No, I was going to say there was the first 2 were missing, and so was the 13th. There was 3 through 12 that were out there.
But one of the first 2 was What's His Face for the Armageddon Factor. So
yeah, I know that. I understand that, but I'm saying there was one more incarnation at the very end. That was 13.
Mm. 13 never showed up.
Yeah, because he wasn't there yet.
He said he don't want to be the 13, want to be tired.
Didn't someone say that he's on his last regeneration?
No.
Yeah, 1 more left.
Yeah, one more. He didn't want to waste it.
It was a bit where they were driving away in the ship, and Tom Baker comes in, and big boy say John Charles said, "Well, what about 12? Leave him. He's had a good life. Let's get out of here." Yeah. I'm too young to die. No, but as I say, quality story all round. I absolutely love the sound and the music on this. If I could rip it as an MP3 and play it on my phone, I would. Yeah. So there we go. Anything else, guys, before we rate this sucker and oops, wrong choice of words there. Rate this sucker. Get it in the can. No?
No.
Okay, I'm moving swiftly on before the polls come. I might leave that in. Fuck it. The Trouble with Drax. Tom Baker, Lava Ward, and John Leeson. Series 5, story number 7, The 4 Doctor Adventures. 80, what do you give this little ditty out of 10?
Ooh, 10.
Ooh.
Perfect.
High praise from down under. Well, what's the view over at MIC, man?
Well, I give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, it took a while to get used to, but it's pretty funny. It's a funny little caper, but I give it a 9 out of 10. I can't say it's perfect. You know.
9 out of 10 from Will. Okay, Sue, what's the for you over the West Coast, dearie?
I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 from Sue. Okay. Philip, how generous are you going to be since your Mandula Ablam Gada was hurting by the end of this?
Well, but you know what, considering we discussed it now and I've heard everybody's side about it and explanations, I kind of understand what it's all about. I'm going to give it a generous 8 out of 10 because it is good and now I understand it somewhat. So that's what I'll give it, 8 out of 10.
His brain finally woke up.
I have a little help from my friends. Anyway, okay, well done. Well,
basically, yeah.
Yeah. And then Corpus Christi away. Tim, what are you going for?
I'll give it a 9.5. I think it's nearly perfect, but I don't know. I think it doesn't have much replay value because once you know the tricks,
yeah, it's done. Yeah,
it takes a lot of the fun out of it. I mean, it's a great first listen though.
You know what? I'd probably agree with that. This is something you maybe go listen to once every couple of years. If you attempt to listen to this 4, 5, 6 times, maybe in a short time span, yeah, you do kind of you owe some of the magic. I'd agree with that. For me, I'll get a solid 9. Good outing. Nice to have Drax back within the whole continuity and aspects of the old universe. So here's hoping we get some more stories, and hopefully John Dorney can pick up the reins. Right, folks, another one done, dusted, in the can, and we've had a bit of fun here this evening. To the panel, thank you for 35, 40 minutes of your time this evening to sit down and discuss this little caper. Always a pleasure.
Hey, you're the one paying us $20, though.
Well, hey, I told you to keep that fair. What the hell, man? So, yeah. Excellent. Yeah, things I have to do. So, next week, guys, what will we be doing? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. Next week, we're going to take a little trip in the Tardis with good old Paul McGann's 8th Doctor and Sheridan Smith's feisty Lucy Bleeding Miller. And we're going to take a wee trip to visit Auntie Pat in the Zygon that fell to Earth. Yay! So, Philip's excited. AJ can barely contain his amazement. And Will was going to crack open my lemonade. So yeah, the Zygon that fell to Earth, we'll give that a bash and we'll see how that goes. As always, guys, please feel free to contact me on the channel or via social media should anyone wish to get involved in these audios. Everybody's always more than welcome, regardless of what group you may be from. Please check out our relevant buddies on YouTube. We have our buddy Sammy Carter, Johnny Blues. We have Dr. Freedom, his Daily News broadcast and his Amiga files. We have Sue there with Tardis Blues Radio. We have Lady Neo and Everything Cosplay on her channel. We have our buddies over at the Geeks Assembled who I believe this weekend just done an excellent wee cast on the 1984 Ghostbusters movie. Go and give them a like and check that out. Just unfortunately I couldn't join them on that yesterday. And also we have our fine selves here at Drunky G's Dark Place, where everything is always verified, always purified, and always inebriated. We'll take this opportunity, guys, to wish you all a safe and prosperous week, and be excellent to yourself and each other, and try and not kill the mailman if you don't get what you're looking for.
Ooh.
Take care. Be soon.